Hello, 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 and welcome to the Eversley Indoor Cricket Centre for the final innings of a test match that has unexpectedly come to life here. Alex's 11 holding a 2-0 lead in the series with one test to play after this one have declared, leaving Dan's 11 140 to win in 14 overs, which comes to exactly 10 and over, and we've seen on this track that is more than gettable. It's a fascinating declaration and a match beautifully poised. We're going to go back to Eversley now and see if Dan's 11 can haul themselves back into the series. Hello and welcome back to Eversley, ladies and gentlemen, and a fascinating declaration here. The reason this is such an interesting declaration is that it's hard to see exactly what there is to gain for Alex's team. They already hold a 2-0 lead in the series, and it's hugely unlikely they're going to take 10 wickets in these 14 overs. So it seems like they've had this declaration just to have a bit of fun, basically, and get some life out of a game that did seem to be barrelling towards a draw. And to that end, Dan's 11 have opened with Terry Dursley. Didn't get a bat in the first innings, the chairman. So I think they've allowed him here as a reward for coming down at the last minute and filling a void in their side, and the brilliant fun and character he's brought to this game. They're going to allow him to go in first and have a little hit. And he's going to be joined, as ever, by Yusuf Sharif, who's had such a good series, made 50 in the first innings. He's bowled well in this test match as well. It's been a good game for him. And Alex's team are going to open up with James Maguire. 14 overs means that we're going to follow the usual format for the first 10 overs, 1 over per bowler, and then he'll have 4 bowlers to choose from for the rest of the innings after that. And we're off and running, and it's going to be a dot ball. Umpire lets him off a wide. It may be a limited overs scenario here, but we are still playing a test match, and still test match rules apply, so we should see some leniency on the leg side wides in this innings. Oh, and he's had a swipe at that, Sharif. Think we're going to see a lot of that. Pretty much going to be a shot a ball approach, you would think, from Dan's team. They desperately need to get this target. If they don't, the series is won for Alex's side. Oh, missed it again. It's on the boot. Remember, LBWs only apply if no shot is offered. Good start this from Maguire. And they'll take it this time. Smith's arm. I think he's in. 2-0 down in the series, Dan's team, with just one test to go after this. So everything now rests on the next 14 overs. Still got a chance of keeping this series alive if they can pull this off. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Flat deck. Down leg again. And again he gets away with it. Been a couple of good nuts in here from Maguire, but a couple of loose ones as well that he's got a bit lucky with. And missed outside off stump. First over goes down. Just one run off it. Run rate continues to climb. Jake Butler now. But well enough in the first innings, Jake Butler. Didn't get any rewards, but disciplined. And he starts down leg, and they'll take the bite. And the umpire has given that as a wide as well. So there'll be 3 runs off that delivery. Remember, 2 runs for a wide and no extra ball. And cleaned him up. And that's the first wicket, 4 for 1. Terry Dursley's gone for a blob. And Jake Butler gets his radar right. So that's the first one down for Dan's team. Did a little bit that. Looks like he may have been late on it as well. Well, he's not a batsman, Terry Dursley. Giving him a go up the order to have some fun. Responded with a duck. That's a shame for him. Bit of a laugh between him and Butler. Go back a long way, those two. Good start that from Jakey Butler, and they've got rid of Dursley. New man is going to be Aaron Bedetor. Opened in the first innings and impressed on debut, 42. Some nice strokes in there. Scored at a decent rate as well. That'll be important here. And that'll be the question for Yusuf Sharif. A little bit of a surprise that they've still opened with him. Class player. Not the quickest scorer, though. Oh, that's a good nut from Butler. Came back in. Barely seen any swing in this test match at all. But Butler just looks like he got that moving a little bit.
He done to me. That's what he done.
That's another good nut. This is a really good opening over from Jake Butler. Very, very good. Seen the best of him in this test match in this series. Didn't have the greatest first 2 tests, but he's bowled really well in this one. Not really got his rewards for it. This has been an excellent over. And in the air and 6, it's a leading edge. It's unlucky for Jake Butler. That was a really good over. Thick edge and Lewis Chapman, yeah, just out of his reach. At square cover. But an excellent over from Jake Butler. Did that very, very well. Who's next? Looks like Elliot Fox. And how many's that? Did that carry? It's 4. I think it was 1 bounce. Yeah, nicely played from Sharif. Well controlled. So good through that leg side. Had a very consistent series. Oh, he's had a waft at that. Well, we're going to see this. Can't blame Dan's 11 at all for anything that goes on in this innings, really. They have just got a swing. And that will doubtless not be the last time we see something like that. And that's going to be 4 more. Not quite timed as well. Elliot Fox just drifting a little too far on the pads so far in this over. Started off really well in the first innings, but fell to pieces under an onslaught from Alvin Sathya. Oh, what about that? Pick that one out. Have some of that from Yusuf Sharif. That's a lovely strike. Just a little moment of panic for him, wondering whether that was going to hit the top net, but he's kept it just below. It's not far off, but a clean hit. That's lovely from Sharif. Well played. It's going to be good fun, these 14 overs. Oh, well bowled. Good response from Elliot Fox. Slower ball. Looked like a little off-cutter. He does bowl spin in what you would call normal cricket. Got that in his locker. And that one did a little bit, and well played from Sharif. That was good fun. 14 off that one. 3 down, 11 to go. 116 needed. Looks like he's turning to one of his big guns. It is Rob Maguire to face the debutant Bedator. Little bit of luck already for him with that thick edge for 6. That's hit him on the leg. That should be a leg bite. Yeah. Good from Sharif. Alert. Going to have to do a lot of that, you would feel. There's going to be a lot of scampering in this innings. Just down leg again. Just too many of those for Alex's team. They've been getting away with it thanks to some lenient umpiring, but it is worth mentioning again at this point that it's very, very cold in here. Oh, that's a bit high. Gets away with the no ball call though. Surely that was a no ball. That's what Sharif's saying. Well, I'm not sure how square leg's not given that. Looked like a clear no ball. That's a good delivery off the pads and well fielded by Rob Woodward. And they're going to take it. Good awareness again from Sharif and from the pair of them. Well done both. Oh, and cleaned him. Well, you don't get the better of Rob Maguire for too long. That puts him back at the top of the wicket tally for the series. Top of the runs, top of the wickets. That's a good nut from him. Bedator gone for 6. 26 for 2. Already looks a steep arse this for Dan's team, but they've given it a good go so far. Well, here he is, the man of the moment. Double century in the first innings, an astonishing assault. Won't need to go quite that far this time. Oh, what a start. What a start from Sathya. It's not far from James Maguire's left hand, but I don't think he had much of a chance of getting it. What about this first ball? Look at the wrists, the confidence, the aggression. I think he's done himself an injury. Like I've mentioned earlier, it's very, very cold in here. 4 first ball. 110 off 10. Ewan McGregor. Oh, thick edge and 4. Well, he's another who's impressed in this series, McGregor. Missed the second test. Bowled well in the first and third. Seems really well suited to this format of cricket, McGregor. And he's had a waft at that one, Sharif. Bit of shape as well from McGregor there. And again, you see him holding his shoulder. Really can't overstate enough how much the temperatures have dropped. Oh, that's a nick, is it? Might be. Yep, gone. Well, Sharif is a walker, and all credit to him for that. We saw something similar in the first test, and that was off McGregor as well. Just doesn't get forward to it. Little bit of a poke outside off. Gone for 18. 34 for 3, and this chase is looking ever more unlikely now. Ewan McGregor strikes. Going to be Crowther. Dismal series for him up to now. High score of just 12. Been quite a ride, these opening 4.5 overs. All happened very quickly. McGregor in again. McGregor to Crowther. Well bowled. Well bowled again. Just looked a little late on it, Crowther. Don't think it did too much. May have shaped away a little bit. I think he was beaten for pace more than anything else. New to the crease, obviously. Lets that one go. That's well down leg, and that's going to be a wide to finish. An otherwise decent over from Ewan McGregor. 104 needed off 9. 2 new batsmen at the crease. Who have we got left? It's going to be Ricky Borrett now. Smith has backed him with aggressive fields all the way through this series. We'll have a look and see if that's going to be the case now. Doesn't look like it. Just Nav Saeed at sort of 2.5 thirds slip. And that's well bowled. A little bit of bounce. Just looked like it may have gotten a little bit big on Sathya. It's a decent first nut from Borrett. Didn't quite bowl with his usual zest and energy in the first innings. Pace was a little down. Oh, and that's a poor one from him. That's going to be a wide. Just been a little down on pace in this game. Little off colour. Been such an effective player in the first 2 test matches with bat and ball. And it's worth remembering, between the heroics of Maguire and Sathya, made a crucial 50 in their first innings, but he's been slapped for 4 there. That's good from Sathya. Carrying on his form from that double century. Looked good since he's come in. Timed that beautifully. Fox at mid-on didn't stand much of a chance. He's drilled that. In the air. Out. Gone. Well, they've got the danger man. Alvin Sathya is gone. Will not be repeating his first innings heroics. And Ricky Borrett's got a bit of a bonus there. Not the best delivery in truth. He's just got underneath it. They've got rid of the danger man. Sathya's brilliant test match comes to an end. What a fabulous contribution he's made to this game. 42 for 4. 98 needed off 8.2. Looks a bit beyond reach for Dan's team now. Still unlikely that they're going to lose this game, but they do have to be careful not to lose too many wickets, although in fairness to them, it's a tough position to be in because they have to go for the runs. If they're going to stand any chance of getting back into this series, somebody is going to have to play an absolute blinder here if they're going to get over the line. It's a good wicket for Ricky Borrett, needed that. Not quite been at his sharpest in this game. Bit of a bonus that one. Sathya just swung too hard at it. Gurpal Singh, the new man, scores quickly and tends not to take too long to get going. So could be the perfect man for this scenario. But he has had a tough series. 47 in the first innings with some promising signs though. That's another poor one. Well, he's got away with that. It's not called a wide, but that was no different from the one a few deliveries ago that was called a wide. And not for the first time, you see a bowler just shaking out the wrist and the arm. And again down leg, a little bit slower that time. But he's feeling the effects of the cold. It is very, very nippy here, just to say again. Temperatures have really plummeted in the last couple of hours. Who next? Lewis Chapman. Run rate's up to 12 and a quarter. Oh. Yep, given that one as a wide. Crowther did his best to get across to it, but outside the tram lines. Fair enough, that one. Oh, got across to that one nicely, though. That's really well played. Managed to get it to the fence on the full as well. 6 runs. Good footwork. .50 up for Dan's team. Gets away with this one, Chapman. No wide signalled. Don't think Crowther's too happy with that call. That's 4. Cream that. Got over in front of his stumps. Well, again, it's good footwork. And down leg again. Not going to run the bye. 1 ball to go in the over. 12 from it. Oh, finished on a good one. Yorker length. Decent finish to that over from Chapman. And we're going to head back down now to the final tactical talking points of the test match. So a fascinating look today at Jake Buttler and the mechanics of bowling. Jake was brilliant in 2020, but has struggled so far this year with just 2 wickets in 4 innings. And we're going to see how a slight change in run-up and stride can affect the entire bowling action. On the left is a delivery to Alex Smith in 2020, and then on the right this year against Yusuf Sharif. The ball to Alex Smith last year, a big booming in-swinger that knocked out middle stump. And the difference between that and now is that Jake isn't swinging the ball as much, which is allowing batsmen to play him easier. Now, the key is that he starts wider on the left. He's wider in his run-up, which allows him extra steps for extra momentum into the crease. And the key now is the leap. Watch this front leg. The right knee comes up and the front leg lands, opens his body up, whereas on the right stride isn't as big and his front leg is tucked in a lot closer to the umpire. We see that here. The left of the screen in 2020, that front leg nice and open, allows him to push his momentum through the ball. On the right, that front foot is hidden behind the knee and the arm, therefore, a lot lower. We run these through now to the point of delivery. And you see on the left, if you look closely on his on the left side of the screen, you can see the muscles bearing through on his calf. Whereas on the right, because he's not putting as much action into his body, you can see on the left, his toe is pointing down. There's a lot of work going into the toes. On the right, the knee is less bent and the toes not as elevated from the ground. As a result, the strain is in his arm. This means that he can't get as much whip through the ball, can't get as much action in his wrist, and he's not getting his arm up high. And if we run that through, we see that that's why the first delivery swings a long way and takes a middle stump, and the second one is going on straight. So a fascinating look at the mechanics of bowling and the difference between Jake's action last year and this year. He's not getting as big a stride in his run-up, and that's causing a ripple effect all the way through his body, meaning that he's not swinging the ball as much. So that's something for him to look at, and that may be why he's not taken as much wickets this year. Well, we're at the halfway stage in this run chase now, and Dan's 11 not quite in the position they would have wanted to be in. But they have got Nav Saeed to contend with now, and they've had great joy against him in this series. His series figures read 1 for 181 at more than 12 and over. So they'll be feeling they can really cash in here. And Gurpal Singh is an excellent player of spin. This could be the over that turns the tide. Good fielding from Maguire. Every run saved vital for Alex's team, particularly in these overs that are not coming from the frontline bowlers. That's good work from James Maguire at mid-wicket. Borrett in close now. Oh, no sooner does he go there than I think he's dived out of the way. Well, let's have a look at that again. Ricky Borrett went in there for that delivery, and he scuppered early. Wow. Have a look at this in slow motion. Yeah, that is really poor. I mean, what's the point in going in there? Bang average from Ricky Borrett. In truth, he's bottled that, having gone in there for exactly that shot. Oh, that's short and wide. Well fielded again. Saeed to Singh. Short again, hammered, 4, baseball shot. It's good from Gurpal Singh. Lovely free swing of the blade there. Instinctive shot, and he's absolutely nailed it. Gun barrel straight, well played. Good batting. That's a bit quicker from Saeed, that's better. Off the leg, so no boundary. Leg byes and byes must be all run, remember? Saeed to finish up now. And again quicker and on the pad. So that's a couple of good ones to finish from Saeed. 62 for 4. Well, 2 overs left of this rotation. Just Smith and Rob Woodward. And the decision here is who does he want Woodward bowling at. So it looks like he's decided he'll take this over. Thinks Woodward has more of a chance of getting Gurpal Singh playing a reckless shot than Crowther. We'll see how that one plays out. That was a full toss. Smith saying how's that, but I think he's lucky not to get away with a no ball on height. That's a good delivery. Just a sign that Crowther was going to prod at it, but didn't quite go for it. Smith again. Well, that'll probably be a wide, and they'll get a bite. Bit of a loose one that from Smith. Batsmen get a chance to switch ends. 3 runs added. Oh, that's a good delivery. Good delivery that. Gurpal Singh flashed at it, beaten on the inside edge. Looking out of reach now, this target. Oh, and he's flashed at another one. But well in this test match, Smith was good in the first innings. Started well here, just 3 runs off his opening 5 deliveries. Pretty much putting the nail in the coffin of this run chase. And Ricky Borrett standing up to him now. Down leg, over bowled, just 3 from it. 75 needed off 5. And it is going to be Rob Woodward. Well, after a bit of a discussion, Smith decided he wanted Woodward bowling at Gurpal Singh. Fancied his chances more of getting Singh doing something silly than Crowther. But he's not got his wish. False start. Crowther not quite ready.
All right, Dan.
Oh, well. That wasn't too far away from leg stump. They take a bite, and I don't think Alex's 11 will be too unhappy with that. Puts Gurple Singh back down at the striker's end. Good start from Rob Woodward. Got himself a couple of wickets in the first innings. Yeah, that'll be a wide, surely. Good work from Ricky Barrett back there. No wide this time. Dot ball from Woodward. No such thing as a bad dot ball in this situation. That won't be a dot though. That's beautiful. Lovely from Gurple Singh. Played that nice. Gorgeous cover drive. Got a lovely technique. Oh no, what's he done? Well, under the circumstances, you can hardly blame Gurple Singh for that, but he will be disappointed. Second innings in a row, he's done that off Rob Woodward. Woodward's picked him up twice in this test match. Bunny, gone for 12, 72 for 5. Callum Letts, the new man, pretty much impossible job on his hands. Should see out the draw at least, but 68 in 4 and a bit overs. They've just not got into this innings at all, really, Dan's 11. Every time a batsman has managed to build a bit of momentum, they've gotten out. Nobody's managed to really get in and stay in. And they needed somebody to guide this chase through. Needed somebody, really, to have 4, 5, 6 overs of sustained hitting if they were going to get close to this. Just lost wickets at the wrong times. One more to come in the over. Callum Letts is going to face it. Another who's had a decent test match, Letts. Oh, well, that'll be 4. Good start. Almost like a hockey shot. Real bottom-handed that from Callum Letts. Well played. And we've got a new bowling rotation. So, who's it going to be? Got 4 overs to choose from Alex Smith here. You'd imagine he'd go to his frontline bowlers. Starts with Jake Butler. Really good first over from Butler. That's well bowled again. Just a sense that a bit of the energy has flattened out of this game now in the last few overs. I think both sides have accepted that Dan's team aren't going to get this. Oh, that's well bowled. Really, really well bowled. This has been a good performance from Butler. He's only bowled 1.2 overs, but probably been the pick of the bowlers on that first rotation. A couple of good ones to start here. Oh, and again. Well, this is excellent bowling from Butler. Really, really good performance. He's finding the perfect length. He's mixing it between full Yorker length balls and back of a length corridor of uncertainty deliveries. Moves it both ways. That one was a little more down leg. That's well played from Crowther. Well dug out, but good bowling again from Butler. Little bit of the intent has dropped from Dan's team now. Guided, but straight to the fielder. That's another excellent over. Well bowled, Jake Butler. Really, really good from him in his little 2-over burst here. Going to be Elliot Fox. Well, I think this is a smart move. We've seen with Callum Letts, he gets across on the front foot and looks to whip everything through leg, but he does leave a gap. And Elliot Fox has a good in-swinger. So this is a good matchup. Good captaincy. Down leg. But I think the plan is clear here. He's going to bowl that in-swinger at him. They've left the leg side open to tempt Callum Letts into playing across the line at one. Oh, and that's exactly what he's done. Well, that is exactly the delivery that this field is set for and exactly the delivery that Fox is on for. And again, digs it out. think it's clear what the plan is. He's going to bowl 6 of those, Elliot Fox. In swingers on off stump. Hoping Callum Letts swipes across the line and misses one. And that's exactly what he's done. And Elliot Fox brings out the chainsaw. Lovely bowling from him. Well, that was a clear plan, and Callum Letts has fallen straight into the trap. Left the leg side open to tempt him to do exactly that. And love the Dale Steyn impression from Elliot Fox. It's brilliant. Such a good character. Brings a lot to the atmosphere of a team, Elliot Fox. And you can see why. Brilliant fun. Let's gone for 4, 80 for 6. Still an outside chance Alex's 11 could force an unlikely win, but this one looks pretty nailed on for a draw now. Vamsy Bogiretti, well, he tends not to hang around. If there's anyone in Dan's team that could get 60 in 2 overs, it's probably him. Tends to swing at every ball as his natural game anyway. Not sure what the discussion is here between Smith and Crowther. Not sure what that one's about, but I think it's fairly cordial. And we're going to crack on again now. Three dots and a wicket for Elliot Fox. Executed that plan really well. Good bowling. Now into Vamsy Bogiretti. 60 to win. That's good. Wide enough to tempt him, but not wide enough to risk it being a wide. One ball to go for a wicket maiden. Where is it? Straight to the fielder. It is a wicket maiden. Well, really, really well bowled, Elliot Fox. Excellent from him. 60 off 2. It's not going to happen. Poor, but they're going to give him a chance. It's Naf Saeed. Think Smith may be here, just giving Saeed a chance to try and pick up a wicket and just improve his confidence going into the final test. Think he fancies this game is not going to be lost. Oh, where's that? Lovely from Crowther. Head in hands from Saeed. He feels it was near the top net, but that is a lovely, clean strike from Crowther. Got that front leg well out of the way, and it isn't far from that top net, but give Crowther the benefit of the doubt. Beautiful bat swing. Looked a bit better in this innings. Highest score of the series. Oh, lovely. Beautiful footwork from Crowther. Really sharp on his feet there. It's an excellent bit of batting. And driven. And 4. Well, if the plan was to get Naf Saeed a bit of confidence, it's not working. 6-4-4 to start the over. Takes him past 200 runs conceded for the series. And smashed. Wow. James Maguire's nearly taken one there. Oh yeah, we'll call that a drop. That's a fine. Sitter from Maguire. Beautiful from Crowther again though. His footwork against slow bowlers in this innings has been absolutely exemplary. And the cut shot we saw for the second ball of this over, just a demonstration of what he can do when he's at his best. Well, they're appealing for this one. Has he nicked it? Umpire says no. Crowther stands his ground. Verdict is not out. Not sure we'll be able to tell from this angle. Hard to say. A bit of a fumble from Borrett, but decent appeal from Alex's team. But that dot ball does mean that Dan's team can no longer win this match. Mathematically, this game is now over. It is going to be a draw, unless Lewis Chapman can pull out a 4-wicket over. But regardless, Alex's 11 have won this series with a test match to play. 2-0 up, heading into the final game at Reigate. Nutfield, sorry, apologies. Final game in Sussex. And it is going to be 2-0, so we'll be playing just for pride there. And Lewis Chapman starts with a decent delivery in the channel. Final over. one is going to be a wide.
White ball, yeah, white ball.
Looking at the final throws of a test match that's looked like being a draw most of the way through. Oh, that's a maximum. Slap that bugger, Eddie. Wide full toss. Oh, has he nicked it? Think he has. Yeah, well, Lewis Chapman gets a wicket. Nice way to end for him. Yeah, good work from Ricky Borrett and good from Chapman. And it looks as though, while we're watching these replays, it looks as though the teams have shaken hands. So we're not going to bowl the last 2 balls of this test match. They're going to call it quits there and then. Well, a historic test match in many ways. Going to be remembered for the performances of Alvin Sathya and Rob Maguire more than anything else. But it's been a good watch throughout. Been entertaining cricket, high scoring cricket. Pitch has been a beauty to bat on. And ultimately, we've just run out of time to get a result. 108 for 7 Dan's team close. It's a draw and Alex's 11 win the series with a game to spare. So this is a look at where we stand in the series then. 3 tests played out of 4. Alex's 11, an unassailable 2-0 lead with that draw there. But that is a test match that will be forever remembered for the contributions of Alvin Sathya and Rob Maguire, the first pair of Backyard Cricket England centuries in our history. Congratulations to both of them. A test match that we always thought would meander towards a draw in the end. We did get some excitement throughout, but in the end we got the result we expected. And we're just going to close by taking a look with 1 test to play at the series leaders. And you can see the same 3 names dominate each list. And Maguire, Sathya and Borrett, undoubtedly the 3 stars of the show. Perhaps if you'd said at the start of the series that Fox would be on one list and Smith on the other, you might have expected them to be the other way round. And a word as well for Callum Letts, who is the only player on either list here to have not played every test in the series. He's made a big impression in his 2 games. And we'll see you next time at Nutfield in Sussex. Thank you very, very much for joining us. And we thank you all for joining on behalf of Backyard Cricket England.